Joseph Kosinski loves movie star. It became apparent for the first time, at least to me, in Top Gun Maverick. Before Top Gun Maverick, he had directed big budget films. He had even directed Tom Cruise in a movie called Oblivion, which of course went into Oblivion. But all of these movies lacked a good story. Before Top Gun Maverick, all the movies that he directed had good visual effects, but without a good story, they were just another summer movie. But something clicked during Top Gun Maverick. Maybe it was the story, or maybe it was the fact that Tom Cruise was returning to a beloved franchise, but something clicked and he has been in a great form since then. Firstly, the title F1 the movie is not a great name for a movie that is this good, but F1 the movie's broad story beats and Top Gun Maverick's broad story beats sound a bit similar. Firstly, there's the cocky and arrogant protagonist who has a reputation for being reckless and not following the orders. They are brought back to train rookies, but they end up taking things into their own hands. Seen in another way, it's also a buddy movie where the old guy teaches the young guy and they have to learn together. If the story sounds familiar, then I must say it is. You have seen this in cop films such as Lethal Weapon, you have seen this in many Western films, and you have also seen this in Color of Money, which also stars Tom Cruise. Now in F1 the movie, Brad Pitt plays Sonny Hayes. He plays a driver who has a reputation for being reckless, he has a reputation for being troublesome, and the one who does not play by the rules. His shot at being champion was forever ruined by a fatal accident. He was once a rookie with a great promise in the 90s, but now he lives in a trailer. He wears socks of two different colors. He goes from one place to another for racing, but he does not earn much money and he of course has no recognition. You can compare him to the gunslinger who used to roam the Wild West, going from one town to another, cleaning the bad guys. If the gunslinger had gun wounds, then Sonny has tattoos on his scarred back. If the gunslinger had gun, then Sonny has his car. Then there's the rookie, Joshua Pearce, played by Damson Idris. He lacks teamwork, he is also reckless, but he is also struggling to win even a single race. Unlike Sonny, he has an agent because this is of course the modern time and he is always hooked on his phone scrolling social media. He has trouble trusting Sonny. Of course they don't get along, of course they have fight, and of course Sonny scolds Joshua. But Sonny scolds Joshua like how a teacher would scold his most favorite student. Then there's the racing team with the owner Ruben, played by Javier Bardem, and designer of the car, Kate, played by Kerry Condon. One of the most important aspects of F1 the movie is how it focuses not just on the relationship between Sonny and Joshua, but also on the other team members who are working behind the track. There's no shortcut for teamwork, there's no shortcut to building rapport within a team. The mistakes made by Sonny and Joshua affect the teammates and vice versa. This is very well established through the writing and we get small but important scenes with the team about losing and then gaining half a second. How does the team go from the one which always makes mistakes to being one of the most efficient team? Of course, through bonding. And if in the Top Gun, the guys played volleyball half naked, then here they bond over cards. Everyone in the team is working for their own goal. And if Sonny and Joshua lose, then it would impact not just them and their careers, but also Ruben and Kate and many others who are working behind the tracks. And this is also what separates F1 from the rest of the lazily written summer movies. It manages to establish even bit part player in a few scenes. Lately, be it in Wolf or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or even in Ad Astra, Brad Pitt has been playing these characters which have an understated manliness about them. All of these characters have been in tough situations and they have fought it out, sometimes literally and most of the times figuratively. They don't speak much, they are man of a few words and they are coming towards the end of their professional life. And Brad Pitt's cool and calm composer helped to establish these characters as an authoritative figure. And point to be noted is that these characters never raise their voice, or when they raise, it's so rare that you know is the alpha in the room. And to complement that, there are performances by Javier Bardem, there are performances by Kerry, there are also performances by Damson Idris, and all of these performances add layers to this team and bring a fresh energy to the film. The highlight of these movies are of course the racing scenes, and of course you are here to know about how good the racing scenes are. The race scenes are shot and edited with swift cuts alternating between tight close-ups, POVs and wide shots. The pulsating electronic beat score and the camera work manages to keep you on the edge of your seat, and sometimes it reminds you of Tony Scott from the first Top Gun. But the set pieces are very long, but they are punctuated by gentler scenes in between. It allows the scenes to breathe, and it makes the impact of these racing scenes much more impactful. The only flaw I would say is that there are some inconsistencies with the character of Sonny. In the beginning, we see that each race is taking a toll on his body, but slowly that plot is also left. And throughout the film, there are some sort of fair, cliche, underdog sports dramas which you can spot from laps away. And towards the end, it loses a bit of the impact due to this cliche storyline as well. But in conclusion, there is some silliness in the title and in the movie, but it more than delivers F1 along with Top Gun and Mission Impossible movies, so that even in the time of IP driven movies, there's still a room for star driven films. I would like to rate this movie 8 out of 10.